on him like drag. My just a he was like boop.
Here.
No, I'm all in the wind with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been crashed 2 times. I limo tinted my new ride. I'm riding.
The NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back David Johnson, fresh off 100 yards on the ground a week ago. Coming up, we'll see the visiting Arizona Cardinals taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the top. And the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Under center, it'll be the former UCLA Bruin, Josh Rosen.
In the 2018 draft, there's a lot of debate about who was the best quarterback, but there was no debate about who the best thrower was out of the group. It was Josh Rosen, able to deliver short, long, medium, with touch, throw the deep ball, you name it, he's got it in his arsenal.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And let's look now at the offensive starters for the Cardinals.
David Johnson's play has forced us to talk about him as one of the premier running backs in the NFL. Good size, so he can run inside and break through some tackles. Also has excellent speed, so he can get to the perimeter, turn the corner, and make it into a big gain. But he also relies on the fact that he was a college wide receiver at one point, and they can utilize him both out of the backfield and in the slot back position in order to get downfield and catch the football.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the gun, it's Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals.
Here we go. Green, 39.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it.
Offense. Still 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! 3-19!
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Room here to run. David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And on that
one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh.
And now it's blocked. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Kamara now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
Total relentlessness of consistency. Almost like a machine. If you watch him in practice after every throw, he resets his feet, visualizes all the other options on a play. So if he has to do it in a game, it's already there, has the muscle memory. I started calling him AI for artificial intelligence. Whatever defense does during a game, he absorbs it and then uses it against them as the game moves on.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And an alley to run. There goes Mark Ingram. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints add on to their lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now let's look at David Johnson. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
On second.
A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
3rd and long here for Rosen. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. A look now at the defensive starters for the Cardinals. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
11. Hey, kill. Ready, let's hit.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Breeze now to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
That's to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Now Brown. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Vince Beagle coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. They occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
6 yards is the pickup. And that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Rosen off the play action. He finds Humphreys. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They go play action. It's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time they surrendered to safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. He was a 3rd-round pick, not rounds 1 or 2, but this franchise, they think he can be something with time.
There were a few teams that thought he would go in the 1st round, late in the 1st round. He ends up sliding to the 3rd. So a lot of teams think now maybe this group got a steal. They've got a chance to have a really good player here if he can develop.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Bree's going to go on 4th down. The open man is Smith. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Here we go. 21.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him.
Keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Oh, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
Here we go now.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit the tackle to Kurt Coleman.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On second down, Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
This is intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the grab by Croft. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. Getting the sense Charles are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
False start. Offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little Discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where your
pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Breeze now. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
36.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Saints on 3rd down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Over. 12.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Breeze now on 1st down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints add on to their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
So they will accept the... penalty and move forward. They'll hand it off now. Johnson, he'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Right side caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
You're good. 5-4, ready.
On play action, it's Breeze. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, now Breeze wants the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss.
Set! 3-19!
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
All right, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Set! Blue 90! Blue!
They'll run it with Johnson, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Kamara now to return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Breeze now on first down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Good, good, good. 5-4, ready. 12.
Toss play, Kamara. Powers through him. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Good set, good set. Line 8. Left.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, nice space for him.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Under.
On first down, Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
95-56.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Smith catches left side. And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
You're good. 5-4, ready.
And they'll go on the ground. They find some open field here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Oh, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. A first throw for the backup Griffin. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Kendrick Norton there on the tackle.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
To throw is Breeze. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Breeze to throw for it on 4. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him down. And the Saints now at 6 to their lead. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down and, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Now let's go. 3-19.
This is Logan. And some room to maneuver. Finding some room at midfield. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 31 yards there and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Set. Blue landing.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Will Tye, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering since we've gone from 12 to 14.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Breeze. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone.
Holding, receiving team.
A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landing.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Here we go now. 3-19.
And here's motion again. And that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third.
Right, now,
the Cardinals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. Jameis Winston has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Michael Gallup, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton with a couple of touchdown passes there. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out. We give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Kamara now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. Marcus Mariota hooking up with his guys early and often. 3 first-half touchdowns. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now they try the right side here. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. It's caught by Jackson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
And his throw is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Throwing now is Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, you can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on 3rd down. But you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
Yes. Bang. 21. Hey, kill. Hey, easy. Tight dog. 11. Safety creep. 50, got it. 21. Watch the run. 12. Ready, what's up?
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. Then the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They go to Johnson again. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory. And that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or playing the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly, sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
So that'll back him up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's come together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready. We're waiting.
Shotgun now for Breeze. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Zadarius Smith. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Good set.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. That's caught by Jackson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So they got some pressure, maybe hoping to get a safety, and they get roughing the passer.
And gave up a pass completion as well. Nothing really went right on that play for them.
Again, this is Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. With it is Brown.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10.
Leopard! Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
Now Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Forget height and catch radius. When you run the fade really well, run down the defender, kind of take him a little bit towards the middle of the field, and then fade to the sideline and give your quarterback some space, it can be executed that well, just as we saw.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that wasn't just a loss. That was a loss of big yardage there. So the sense you're starting to get is that offensively, things are starting to pile up against them, and they've got to find a way to stop that. Conversely, how about the great call by the defensive coordinator? He realized that he's got him on the run a little bit, That call was made to get upfield penetration by his defensive front to try and get into the gaps, get upfield into the backfield, and make a big play. I think that was actually called, not so much just to, to get it done that way, but to say, hey, guess what? We're going to be aggressive, and we had an opportunity and seized it.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Face mask. Defense.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. A 10th carry for Kamara. Pushes past him. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run it again with Kamara. And a short gain down to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. That's complete to Meredith. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And good start. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
The setup to throw. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They'll look to throw here. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Here we go.
Out of the gun now on third down. And incomplete here on third down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
False start, offense.
Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
False start, offense.
And they get Andre Smith, the former number 6 pick in the draft in 2009. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Again, he'll drop to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
All right, here we go. Green
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
Set. Green 39.
And now
Green
movement
39.
again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
Gone, 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 gone. Set. 319. 319.
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
Here we go now. 319.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Manti-Te'o in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag
False
comes
start,
in.
offense.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Blue landing.
He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
False start, offense.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Now let's go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throw right side, complete to Williams. 20, 10, touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Kamara now to return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Running with Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take it on.
And they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long. He's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, let's go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
False start, offense.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. And here's motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And here is motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Set. 3-19.
Back to throw. He gets it left side of Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Here we go. Blue 90.
Now back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
False start, offense.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
36.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Breeze is looking to throw. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Armani Bryant in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Here's Breeze to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 3rd down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. Throwing now is Breeze. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back.
21. Got it. 11.
He's going to go on 4th down. And it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a...
And he'll be whipped up around the waist and pushed down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. And he spikes it with just a shade under a half a minute left. 29 seconds on the clock. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He has really been buoyed here by a strong running attack. They've been great on the ground.
And have enjoyed the entire process because oftentimes when you're running the football well, that's much more of a team effort. Everyone has to come together to make it work. Offensive line, wide receivers, the tight ends when they're on the field, maybe an extra running back leading. It is a really nice thing to see, a team type of thing. And guess what? The quarterback, he can get out of the locker room a whole lot faster after this game. The interviews are going to go to the running back.
Yeah, now we hit the home stretch here in the 4th with their lead.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field going through that one. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to make amends next